Toys can seem like harmless fun, but what if they be a threat instead of a fun? Same happened with some of the toys. After watching this video, you will think twice before buying any random toy for your kids. Yeah, you will have to, because not all toys are safe. From flying fairies that caused temporary blindness to magnetic building blocks that proved fatal if swallowed, even playtime can harbor hidden dangers. In this video, we uncover the top 10 most dangerous toys that were banned around the world. You'll be shocked to discover the safety defects behind childhood classics like the Easy Bake Oven, and stunned by tragic stories like that of magnetic building blocks that led to the loss of a child's life. 10. Clackers. Clackers were very popular toys in the 1960s and 1970s. These were colorful balls on a string that made a clacking sound when swung around. Kids loved playing with them. However, clackers were dangerous. When swung too fast, they would break into sharp pieces. These broken pieces sometimes hit kids in the face and eyes. Many kids were injured this way. One study said clackers caused over 1,500 eye injuries in the United States. Because of this, clackers were banned in some places in the 1970s. However, they are still available in some parts of the world. 9. Aqua Dots. Aqua Dots were small, colorful beads that kids could stick together to make designs. At first, they seemed harmless, but in 2007, Aqua Dots were banned. This is because they had a toxic chemical inside. If swallowed, this chemical could make children very sick. In the United States, over 40 kids got sick after eating Aqua Dots. Some went into comas. Aqua Dots were taken off store shelves very quickly after this. This showed that even little beads can be dangerous for kids if they have chemicals inside. Over 4.2 million Aqua Dot sets had to be recalled in 2007, making it one of the largest toy recalls in history. 8. Sky Dancers. These were flying fairy dolls with wings that spun around when you pulled their string. Little girls loved these toys in the 1990s, but sky dancers were dangerous. Their fast-spinning wings would hit kids in the face hard, even causing some temporary blindness. Over 100 kids were injured by sky dancers. Some got bad cuts on their face, needing stitches when the dolls hit them. One 6-year-old girl even lost her eye from a sky dancer. That's really serious. Because of all these injuries, sky dancers were banned in many places in the late 1990s. Around 9 million had to be recalled. This shows that even toys that seem fun at first can be unsafe for kids. As we keep going through this list of banned toys, get ready for more surprises. 7. CSI Fingerprint Examination Kit. The CSI Fingerprint Examination Kit was a toy that let kids dust for fingerprints like real detectives. It was made by Planet Toys and had the go-ahead from CBS Consumer Products. However, in 2007, it got banned. This happened because the fingerprint powder in the kit had asbestos in it. Asbestos is a harmful substance that can cause cancer. The Asbestos Disease Awareness Organization found this out when they tested the kit. They told CBS Consumer Products to recall the toy, but at first CBS said no. Later, the Consumer Product Safety Commission got involved and made CBS agree to the recall. The CPSC also told people to stop using the CSI Fingerprint Examination Kit and take it back to the store for a refund. The asbestos in the powder was a really dangerous type called tremolite, and just one exposure could lead to lung problems and cancer years down the road. 6. Easy Bake Oven. The Easy Bake Oven was a very popular toy for kids in the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. It let children bake tiny cakes and cookies using a real heating element. Kids loved playing chef and making their own mini treats. However, the Easy Bake Oven also had safety issues. The heating element could cause burns if kids touched it. There were reports of some fires starting from Easy Bake ovens too. Because of these safety concerns, newer models of the Easy Bake Oven were recalled and redesigned. The original toy sold over 25 million units before being changed to remove the risk of burns and fire. 5. Moon Shoes. Moon Shoes were a toy created by Nelsonic Industries in the 1990s that strapped onto kids' shoes. They had a mini trampoline on the bottom that let children bounce around, which kids thought would be fun. But Moon Shoes ended up causing a lot of injuries and were ultimately banned in 1996 by the Consumer Product Safety Commission in the United States for not being safe enough. The unstable, high-bouncing motion caused many kids to fall and sprain or twist their ankles, or even break bones from bad falls while using Moon Shoes. This crazy bouncing toy seemed neat at first when kids wanted to experience the excitement of high-flying stunts. But it turned out to put too much strain on children's bodies and was too risky. 4. Lawn Darts. Lawn darts were a lawn game that became popular in the 1950s, where players would toss large metal-weighted darts into a target ring on the ground. But get this, these darts were much heavier than regular darts and had super sharp metal tips. Well, these dangerous darts led to some pretty bad injuries and even deaths when people got hit by them. People playing lawn darts would accidentally throw the heavy dart way off target, and it would strike someone nearby, like another player or a kid. Tragically, a few young children were killed by these stray lawn darts. One girl was only 4 years old when she was hit in 1987. So it's no surprise that by 1988, this hazardous lawn game was completely banned by the Consumer Product Safety Commission in the United States. We're talking a full-on recall of over 4 million lawn darts. 3. Yo-Yo Water Toys. Yo-Yo water balls seemed like a fun summer toy when they came out in the 1990s. Kids could fill these plastic balls with water and then play with them outdoors. Well, these toys had an elastic cord attached, so you could swing the ball around by the cord. Kind of like a yo-yo. That stretchy cord could get wrapped around a kid's neck by accident. Some children got the cords wrapped tightly around their necks, causing them to choke or suffocate. This led to injuries and deaths, sadly. In 1995, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission stepped in and said these toys were just too risky for kids. Almost 800,000 units of yo-yo water balls had to be recalled in the United States when people realized how dangerous they were. 2. The Cabbage Patch Snacktime Kids. The Cabbage Patch Snacktime Kids were a popular line of dolls in the 1990s. They had a special feature where they could eat plastic snacks using motorized chewing motions. However, the dolls couldn't tell the difference between real food and plastic snacks. Many children got their hair or fingers caught in the dolls' mouths while playing feeding games. This caused cuts, pinches, and even some fingertip amputations from the chewing mechanisms. Due to these safety issues, Cabbage Patch Snacktime Kids were quickly recalled and taken off shelves in 1997. Over 800,000 dolls had to be returned. 1. Magnetics. Magnetics were a popular building toy made up of small, high-powered magnets. Kids enjoyed using them to build creative structures. But these magnetic sets were extremely dangerous if the tiny magnets were swallowed. The magnets could connect together internally and tear holes in the digestive system. Tragically, one young child died in 2005 after ingesting magnetics pieces. 4 other children also required emergency surgery from swallowing them. After these serious incidents, magnetics were immediately recalled and banned in 2006. Over 4 million sets had to be pulled from stores in the US. This devastating story showed that strong magnets are simply too hazardous for kids' toys. Safety standards and age recommendations need to be established to prevent further tragedy.